The Console Wars. The book written by Blake Harris, detailing the culture war between Sega and Nintendo, has been making the rounds for a few years, with a documentary based on it being produced and set to come out next year. But recent news has broken about the production of a TV miniseries based on the events of the book. The book, which had the film rights taken by Grey Point Pictures, a production studio associated with Seth Rogen, has officially announced that the book won't be adapted into a feature film, like many, including myself, had assumed, with the shift to a TV miniseries. So far it's been announced that Jordan Viat-Rogers has come on board to direct, along with Michael Rosolio of American Vandal acclaim to write the pilot episode. The TV miniseries is set to primarily follow the exploits of Tom Kalinske, who took on the role of Sega of America CEO in the early 90s, to lead Sega in its ever-growing war against Nintendo to become the hegemonic console of the American living room. My thoughts about this project are hopeful, with The Console Wars being one of my favorite books in perhaps the last 5 years. It's one I return to time and time again because it's beautifully told, has captivating characters, and amazing drama associated with that time in game development. It's the story association with a very impactful time in my own life that leads the story of The Console Wars to be so captivating to me on a personal level, but also getting to know the people and the giants of the industry that ultimately shaped a lot of your childhood. It's pretty fascinating stuff to get your hands on, ultimately. Well, personally, I still love the idea of a big screen adaptation of The Console Wars. Ultimately, I don't think a film could do the justice the story deserves, with the massive book being cut down to maybe 2 hours. The miniseries, on the other hand, gives the storytellers the option to tell the entire story. Along with a lot of key players of Sega and Nintendo still being alive, this opens up more doors to that part of gaming history that hasn't been publicly known. So I'll wait, somewhat excited, to see how this project turns out. If you haven't read The Console Wars, I can't recommend it enough. It's a great tale that will take you on an emotional roller coaster that was the gaming industry in the early 90s. If the show can capture just a small percentage of that magic, I think it will be a massive success. I don't typically do current event videos, but this one actually interests me enough to share it with you, because I think this project could potentially be something that is either very entertaining or something that'll be a nostalgia trip that I think is worth the watch. But thank you for watching The Historic Nerd. I hope you have a great evening, day, or night, or whatever it is you're doing. Alright, bye.